All right, so it is 5 o'clock in the morning, a little tired here, but it is time to finally put the new 2026 Tesla Model Y long range premium version, whatever they want to call it nowadays, to the test. We're taking it down to Orlando from Jacksonville, and I'm excited to see how it actually registers against its actual advertised range. Let's do this. Should be a fun one today. Let's go. So this was wild actually, and pretty disappointing. As you can see here, as I was making progress down the state on this trip, it kept destroying the range. We were using 350 watt hours per mile at one point, which is 100 more than what we've averaged for the last 3,500 miles. And it is purely and simply due to the cold weather Florida was experiencing this last week. You always hear about it. Our northern folks, they have always had issues with range and these actual winters. And now for the first time, we've had colder days here, but not chilly days. And today was one of those days. So dealing with this, you can see how bad the range actually ended up being. And to put in perspective, on a trip that usually would take 50% of my battery, it was taking nearly 80%. That is a huge inefficiency due to the cold weather. This is definitely something that needs to be improved, and I'm sure it will over time. It's just a technology. Even if you precondition your battery, driving in this type of temperature with 35 plus mile an hour gusts just does not make it ideal for electric cars. In these videos you can see here, it was just ridiculous. Now, I have to actually pivot for a second and tell you about something that wasn't crazy. And when I needed to go supercharge, thanks to the new FSD supervised, this actually did not only navigate us there, but back me in an empty stall to get ready to charge as needed. It was very cool to see. It wasn't just, here's your destination, good luck parking. It literally went around. Yes, it took a little longer than normal than a human would do, but it followed all of the laws of the road, which is why it didn't cut through the gas pumps. It actually did back in and get us ready to charge without any intervention at all. That was a neat addition. So as you can see, guys, it is a little disappointing, but to give a little context, it is super cold out. It was in the 30s and 20s, and now on the way down here, we literally got only about 150 miles of range, which is definitely well under the rated amount. But we're gonna head back now and do it again. We're charging at one of the new V4 superchargers, as you can see. So I'm very curious to see if we get better mileage on the way back. What I will say also is that with the temperature, it is using a whole hell of a lot more watt hours per mile, which is the main cause. We're running the heater, the windows are obviously closed, so I'm not exactly sure. Obviously it's gonna be cold again. Your mileage will vary depending on road conditions and all that. It has been very windy as well. So we'll really have to see how it comes out on the next 2.5 hours on the way back. We'll see what happens. One other thing I do have to say though, this isn't what it's gonna be every time. While I might have had a bad experience here and we're gonna run the test again, there are definitely times where I will exceed the EPA estimated mileage, and it's something to actually watch in these next tests. We're gonna do this again just when it kind of stabilizes in temperature. It is super windy. I think there's gusts in like 30, 35 mile an hour gusts and all that. So between the wind, between actually, luckily sunshine today, but between the cold and all that, it is definitely destroying the battery, which is what you always hear. Cold weather does not do good for Tesla batteries or electric batteries as a whole.